Hey everyone, welcome back to I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. I'm Slim.
And I'm Black, aka the Raging Bull Cat.
And I'm Chris. How y'all doing?
All right. We are back for another full episode. Gave you a bonus and I gave you a couple live shows. We're back for a full episode with the fellas. Fellas, how y'all been doing lately? What's been going on?
Hey man, putting in work. Y'all know how it is.
Putting in that
Trying
work and vacation. Got a little bit extra vacation time. Yeah. I didn't have necessarily a vacation. It was like more of a work with a vacation on the side. I just came from a conference not too long ago in Washington. That was actually pretty dope. The conference itself was cool because it was so much about AI. A lot of stuff about AI. Like
yeah,
they
it's
went
going
into
up.
AI really deeply. Just Washington, the Spokane area where we were at, that was really dope too. I actually posted a couple videos on my TikTok. Check me out, Slim Taurus 78 on TikTok at Slim Taurus. Um, and I'll be also posting on our TikTok soon. But if you want to check out my Spokane video, I did a quick little funny video at Spokane that was really kind of dope. So anyway, with a little Lupe fiasco in there. So how about you, Chris? What you been up to lately?
Mostly just lifing.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah, and a small break to actually to celebrate the anniversary with the wife, which was just that was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We
really
just
good time.
celebrated ours on Monday, but we haven't actually celebrated yet. Ours was it was on a Monday. So I don't know. We might do something this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The older
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get, like the less likely you are to like go out and
yeah,
do something huge, unless it's like one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Which it'll be like in 2 years, it'll be one of our big ones. So
yeah.
yeah,
Ours is actually on Juneteenth. Yeah, yeah, because we got married June 19th. So it's like
word.
we try to do something involved with Juneteenth and something for ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, that's dope. That is actually really dope, man. Yeah, I still haven't figured out what we want to do, but we definitely want to do something. We don't know yet, so. But yeah, ours was just this past Monday, man. So, what games are y'all into? I've been back into Baldur's Gate 3. I've been playing with Pug. Shout out to Pug. Pug's helped us a lot with getting our Told My Wife podcast at Told My Wife podcast TikTok up and running. He's been helping out a lot, so um, but I've been playing that with him. What have y'all been playing?
I mean, you really want to know?
Starfield? He paused too long. He paused too long. So that has to be Starfield, isn't it?
Man, they just got these new updates. You know what I'm saying? And all this exclusive stuff is over. PlayStation
Right.
just made an announcement saying that they're gonna be porting games to Xbox. I don't know if you heard the news. I'm psyched. So I mean, Starfield's gonna be going on PlayStation. So I was scared that they might make Starfield die because they felt like not enough Xbox players were like actually playing. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Please put it on PlayStation. Bring the game to more people. I don't give a damn. Just don't kill it.
Yeah. Right, right.
Don't kill it like you kill Everwild,
Mm-hmm.
and Perfect Dark, the new Perfect Dark. It broke my heart, bro. Broke my heart. I couldn't
Oh
Oh,
play
man, yeah, I was looking
it.
forward to seeing that one in action.
yeah. Word,
Yeah.
word. So yeah, I still haven't gone back to it. I need to actually finish South of Midnight too. I haven't finished that as
Oh
well.
yeah, I beat
Me
that.
South of
neither.
Midnight also. I
I
need to
beat
finish
that.
that.
Al-
I beat
Although
Yeah.
a couple of the boss fights in South of Midnight were really pissing me off.
that.
That gator fight pissed me off, and it
Yeah,
was it was it was more annoying than hard. It was just
yeah,
really annoying. It
and
was
the one after that is one of the ones after that is too, and that's where I
I
just
just
shut it
got to the
down and
Rougarou.
yeah,
I
but
just got to
I
the
I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just got to the Rougarou.
Mhm.
So if that's one of the ones you're talking about, yeah, I haven't even gotten actually to it yet. It just broke out of the bar,
Mhm.
and I gotta go follow him. So what were you about to say?
Yeah, I love the atmosphere and everything in the game, and because it really struck me just how much it reminded me of there were areas that just reminded me so much of Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
and especially my childhood there. It even felt like that sense of fear at the unknown and like that little hint of the possibility of magic and things that you hear about. And so, especially the urban legends and things like that. And so, man, it just I love the atmosphere, but I swear some of the gameplay is just a little bit frustrating, but I love it more than I dislike it. So,
Mhm.
but I did finish Doom: The Dark Ages.
Oh, I ain't
Okay.
finished that yet. I ain't
I
finished that.
had
Uh.
to
You would
delete it
think
in
I
order
would
to
have,
stop
but
myself from playing it.
yeah, yeah. But believe it or not, Starfield it's Starfield, man. Every time I want to get into another game, Starfield puts me in with all these goddamn mods. So I got to
Yeah,
starve myself from Starfield again in order to beat
yeah.
the way I did the South of Midnight. I starved
Mhm.
myself. I have to do the same thing for doing Eternal. Like I gotta
Oh,
just stay away from it.
And my secret
word.
shame is that I broke down and started another run of Dishonored 2 again.
Ah, it's all good.
It,
It's all good. You all have those comfort games, man. I
it,
can
it,
understand. That's your comfort game. Starfield's his.
it's
Usually
just
GTA is mine.
his Starfield is Dishonored, and my Starfield is Starfield.
Yeah, and like I said, I want to say GTA is mine, but then I'm like, well, is there a game I want to play more than GTA? I can't think of it. So possibly. So we all have our comfort games, man. Well, it's funny. So talking about funny, what's really funny here is this week's topic. I came to it from when we were actually had like the Danny Glover list, and we also talked about Too Evil to Escape, that episode. While I was doing those episodes and I was building it and I was thinking about it, I was also thinking about some of the celebrities who were almost in certain roles, you know? So picture this really quick, right? I say Black Panther. What's the first name that comes to mind?
Wesley Snipes.
You already read ahead, so you already knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, but
But
I also remember, keep in mind, I was when he said that he wanted to be Black Panther,
uh-huh.
oh, I was all on board on that one. I mean, I couldn't wait for that project to happen, and then I waited year after year. Then we got put in jail. I was like, okay, that's probably the end of that.
Uh dude, I don't even remember him saying that, but it was in 1992.
Mhm.
I did not know that. I really
Yeah.
didn't.
He wanted because he really wanted to be Black Panther before Blade came up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm also wondering now if he was Black Panther, would we have gotten Blade? He was perfect for Blade. He
Yeah.
brought Blade to life.
To
Yeah.
me,
Like
he's
I
Blade,
can't
bro. He's
yeah,
Blade. He's Blade all day long.
I can't see anyone else being the massive hit of Blade that he was. Like I said,
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers did a good job. However,
So,
nah, Wesley Snipes is Blade.
Yeah.
he did.
He's
And he will
he
tell you.
He didn't
He
do
will
it.
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you that he's Blade.
Yeah, exactly. He made that point, and it was so funny is basically he probably put a curse on that role because anyone who's played Blade afterwards hasn't done it very long.
Pinky finger.
You know?
Yeah, he my girl from from Color Purple. Till you do right by me.
Yeah. Well, that's funny
Silly.
because, like I said, Black. Did you know that? Did you know that he was up for the Blade role?
Who?
I mean, it's not Blade. I'm sorry. Did you know that Wesley Snipes was up for Black Panther role?
No, I didn't. I had
Yeah,
no idea. I actually
that's
thought that he would have been a little too old at this point to play back Black Panther. That's why.
well, that's no. Back then, though, back
Oh,
then
back
he
then.
wasn't. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you talking
and
about
this
back
is this
then
is
when he was
92.
doing the
Yeah.
Blade movie? Oh, okay,
This
okay,
is
got you.
90
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
1992.
I didn't know
Yeah.
they was even thinking about doing a Black Panther
Yeah.
Yeah, even before, like, even after New Jack City, he had started talking about how he wanted to bring Black Panther to the screen.
Mhm.
movie. Oh, well, damn,
Mhm.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
So part of the reason why they really didn't bring Black Panther to screen is there was actually some technical limitations because of the whole vibranium suit and everything like that, and just generally vibranium. They could have done it, but if you look back to Fantastic Four back then and Captain America back then and all that, the Hulk back then, the special effects wasn't up to it. So, they weren't even going to try to do that, which I am grateful for because, Wakanda was actually a very high tech society. So they
Mhm.
did it right now, the way it was done. Uh, but also there was a lot of reluctance into having a black led superhero film. So that was key,
Yeah.
Well,
which
yeah, back then, yep.
Yeah.
Which
They
yeah,
were
and it
not
ended up
gonna put
being,
that kind of
a
money
couple
to
years later,
yeah.
that ended up getting knocked out the park because even with Meteor Man and all that, there was still a lot. And Blade
Yeah.
actually he ended up doing was Blade. I
And
keep call see, and that's how you know Wesley Snipes is supposed to be Blade because I keep
yeah.
Mhm.
calling him Blade.
But
But
I keep
even for
but
the
he
time though, Blade was considered fairly low budget for what it was. I mean, the New Line
mhm,
Cinema was good at cranking out
yeah.
good movies on from fairly low budgets. And
Yes.
so, yeah, I
Okay.
mean,
New
and
Line Cinema was
even the mhm,
they was New Line Cinema was the it was a
yeah.
joint back then, you know?
Yeah, because
Mhm.
they weren't scared to put out some movies they might but then again, like I said, they knew how to keep the budget at a certain range, and so they started yeah, they were pretty good with that back in the day. But yeah, I
Yeah.
was glad that they didn't because they there was a time when they couldn't have even done that the justice that they did.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're in agreement thinking that if he had done Blade, it wouldn't have been as good? I'm not Blade. See, wow, I gotta stop doing that. Black Panther. We're gonna have to get on another subject because I just keep calling him Blade.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, uh,
yeah.
if he had done Black Panther, do you think he would have been as good?
I think he would have been great. I'm not sure
I
about,
think he would have been
the
good.
budget would have been and what they could have done with the budget. I
Uh-huh.
imagine they probably would have had him done something like maybe put him in an urban setting where they could actually put him in the have him have some reason for him to be here where they could actually lower the budget. And I'm sure we wouldn't have seen a whole lot of Wakanda's technology. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, or
So
but
I really think Black Panther, the way it came off and it did so well because they put T'Challa in his element.
mhm,
He was in Wakanda. You saw him in Wakanda. You saw him interacting with the Wakandans. It was so different. And
mhm,
even when he left the world, like when he left out of the world of Wakanda, and he was into when they went to was it China?
mhm,
When they went to the other country, you still saw T'Challa. You still saw everything about him, and they did it very well. You saw the tech with his suit. You saw uh, the car that his sister was driving from all the way back in Wakanda.
mhm,
All that, the shield, the spear, all
I
that was Wakanda tech. You know.
mhm,
I just thought it was dope just from the start of the movie when he jumps off the ship, with it
Hmm.
when I
Yeah.
forgot what her name was. She asked if "Do you need my help?" He's like, "No, I got this." He just jumps off
Yeah.
he launches out the ship, and throws those discs, those homing discs or those grenades or whatnot. No, I think they were
Hmm.
like flashbang, like, grenades or something like that. Yeah.
It was
It was like
EMPs.
EMPs, yeah, it
EMPs.
was EMPs,
EMPs.
you
Yeah.
know, and
Okoye
yeah.
when she was like, "Don't freeze."
Yeah, don't freeze. Yeah, yeah. I thought that was. I
Yeah,
just
that
can't.
was
They picked the right guy for that.
right.
yeah, but
So
but
go ahead,
also keep in
Chris.
mind back in the day, they wouldn't like as far as budgets go. Yeah,
Mhm.
like y'all said, they wouldn't have given a black movie like that type of budget it would taken to do that back in the day. Because even and keep in mind, even when Spawn came out,
Mhm.
look
Yeah.
at the number of cast members they changed in the Spawn movie
Mhm.
from black characters to white characters because they did not want to fund a black movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is like just that was whack how they did that back then.
Mhm,
And I'm glad that before Blade came out and other movies came out, that was broken.
mhm,
I would love to find out. I want to do some research on which movie actually kind of broke that mold in order so those other ones could come out. Because basically, um, Wesley Snipes walked so he could run.
yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
Blade was really the when you yeah, Blade was absolutely the reason why we got the MCU that we have gotten in recent years is definitely because of Blade. I mean,
Mhm.
like as successful as it was, and they took this minor character and turned him into a major thing and box office blockbuster. And yeah, he was the start of all of this, and the fact that we actually started getting serious comic book style movies.
Mhm.
After once they finally did it with kind of Batman '89, and they took it in and started treating comic book stories a little bit more seriously. That really opened up the door for other stuff. And then when like I said, when Blade came along and they realized that they could get a big star at a decent budget, yeah, winning combo.
Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
Blade was a trilogy, man.
Yeah,
They
That
be
was
creative.
yeah.
yeah.
I enjoyed I don't care what anybody say, I enjoyed number 3. Number 3 was really good to
No,
me.
no,
I liked
I
the
love number 3. I loved all of
yeah.
it. I loved
Yeah,
all
I
of
No
it.
love
comment.
number 3. That yeah, he doesn't he's not a fan of it. But I know a lot of people who weren't a fan of number 3,
They
but I
lost me
loved
at
it.
the headphones.
Yeah. Tactical. Yeah. But so it's sticking with the MCU, right? I have 2 Avengers next that were almost cast. 2 other people who were almost cast as Avengers. The first one was Iron Man. And I don't know if you heard this, Black. Have you heard the rumor about who almost was Iron Man?
Wasn't it, wasn't it Tom Cruise?
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Tom Cruise was almost Iron Man. And that was really strange. I'm trying to picture Tom Cruise as Tony Stark. I I don't even know if I've ever seen Tom Cruise with a mustache. Chris, do you know if he's had any roles with mustaches?
I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think he has. I really don't.
Yeah, I've never seen him with a mustache.
and
And
a weird vision of him as Maverick with a mustache popped up in my head, and I was like, "Nah, that's not quite right."
yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. And
No,
and it's so funny because I can't see it. I really can't see him as Tony Stark. I
I've
really
seen
just
some
can't.
photoshopped images that look pretty decent, but I don't think any of them had a mustache on them.
Yeah, and I think Tony has a mustache. I really do. I mean, well, I think. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking there aren't any images that I can think of in my head of Tony without his mustache. Is
Well,
what I was
except for when he
trying to
was
say.
young,
Oh,
and when they de-aged Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man 3.
yeah, when he was young.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah. But I'm talking about. I'm
or
thinking
was it?
like even comics and
Yeah.
cartoon and all that. He always has a mustache in those. So yeah, and I hate
Or
to.
even those were when he was younger. I've seen yeah, images of him younger without it, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I've seen. Yeah. So yeah, I've definitely seen Robert Downey Jr. without his mustache, but again, like I said, as Iron Man and seeing like Tony Stark in
Mhm,
in cartoons
mhm.
and in comic books, the few comic books that I've read. Now, it may have happened, but again, I didn't read a lot of Marvel, so there may be a Tony Stark without a mustache in the comic books. I
Yeah,
don't
that's what I'm
know.
talking about. I've seen him in
Oh, okay,
younger
okay,
and yeah, but
got you. Okay, all right. Well, yeah,
not a
but
lot, but
still.
yeah, there's been a
But I don't
couple.
and to me, like, it's funny because, like, the mustache is part of his personality to me, I think.
Mhm.
So, having Tom Cruise in that role without a mustache would be weird, but
Yeah, a little
again,
bit Howard Hughes.
he might have had it. He might have
Mhm,
had one. I don't know. So,
mhm.
but so the part of the reason why we didn't get him as Iron Man is he didn't have that much interest. People wanted him to be Iron Man. He just didn't have that interest, and, the way he is, also, he wanted creative control as well.
Yeah,
So,
I like Tom Cruise.
those yeah, those creative control issues is part of the reason why we didn't get it. So, I think with that, I think I think Robert Downey Jr. was perfect for that. Now, I've
Mhm.
seen Tom Cruise disappear in many other roles, mainly Les Grossman, one of my favorite Tom Cruise roles of all time. I don't know if I could actually see him as Tony Stark. Being
Which
as
movie you put
snarky and the way he was and is and I'm not saying he's not intelligent, but the way like Tony Stark was intelligent with like a quick-witted type intelligence, I don't see him as doing that. What was you about
I
to say,
can
Black?
I can
No,
see
I
it.
was gonna ask which movie he plays Rex.
Which movie he plays as what?
Oh,
You
Les
said
Grossman?
Rex Grossman?
Les
Which
Les
movie?
Grossman.
Les Grossman.
Lex
Yeah,
Les
Grossman. Yeah.
Tropic
Tropic Thunder.
Thunder. Tropic Thunder. He played the agent in Tropic Thunder.
Okay,
He
I've
had
seen
glasses on. He had a full beard, but that's what I'm saying. Like he had a full beard, a mustache, and stuff like that. Well, not even a full beard, but he had like a beard,
Yeah.
beard kind of like Chris's. He had a beard and all that, but he didn't have his normal Tom Cruise face either.
Yeah.
it.
Man,
So
if you haven't seen it, yeah, definitely check it out, but
it,
beware, there's some stuff in that movie that probably couldn't get made today,
yeah. There's a lot. There's a
but it's
lot.
good. It's a good movie though.
Well, since you named your first, your favorite movie with with Tom Cruise, I'm gonna name my worst Vanilla Sky. Sorry, I know
Oh
that's random.
yeah, That's mine too. That's mine too. I was actually gonna say that. You beat me to it. That's
Yeah, but that
like
assassin he played in Collateral,
Mm,
that he
yeah,
literally
beast,
killed it in that role.
beast, beast.
that.
He was a beast.
Oh, you right. That,
Yeah,
that was the one
He
with
was a beast.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Man, see
he was a
now
beast.
that was such a good role. That was
yeah,
such a
Yeah,
good role. You
yeah,
know,
he was a
I
beast.
that like that role. I can't picture anybody else in that role.
mhm.
You know, so so in order to put him into the Tony Stark role, I can't see it. I can't see it. You know, I actually, who would you put out? Who else would you put in the Tony Stark role? Could you see anybody else in Tony Stark?
Yeah, ironically, if he hadn't I honestly there's quite a few actors I could actually see in it,
Hmm.
Brad
but
Pitt.
it's like, yeah, but to varying sizes and degrees, because I'm like even like, man, what was the dude's name? Hell, I almost could see Frank Grillo playing him.
I know who. Okay, Frank Grillo.
Yeah, the guy that played Crossbones.
Yeah, yeah, I know who Frank Grillo is. I was gonna
But
say because I can kind of
and then I was gonna say, and what you call it,
yeah, Red
Flat
Rick Flag Senior. Yeah,
I,
and
I, I would say,
go
like
ahead.
I said, I would say Brad Pitt. I can see Brad
Yeah,
Pitt.
I would have to see. I would have to see because I can see Brad Pitt a little bit now. Now that
Mhm.
you mentioned Brad Pitt, I can see it because Brad Pitt has that way where he can actually kind of change up a role and be a little bit snarky
Mhm.
and be overconfident and all that
O-
and just
Ocean,
well
Ocean's
that
11. Ocean's
yeah
11.
yeah
You
well
know what
I
I'm saying?
mean I mean
He was
Bullet
snarky in that one.
Train
Mm.
Yeah, that
Bullet
too.
Train
That too.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood
Yep.
like when that whole fight scene with Bruce Lee and when
Please,
he was talking junk to Bruce Lee, come
yeah,
on.
please tell me y'all have seen Burn After Reading.
I have
No,
not.
I
I
have
have
not.
It is
not.
not a movie that you would think is a good movie. It is a very good movie, but I'm telling you, it's got like a Sam Jackson moment in there, like, and I'm talking about like Deep Blue Sea.
Oh,
I won't say
really?
anything
Hey,
else.
Amy.
I won't say anything else
Shark
other than
Amy.
that, but it is hilariously funny.
Yeah,
It is
that's
fucked up and
hilarious.
dark, but it is hilariously funny.
Yeah, Burn After Reading is with, George Clooney, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I know exactly which one you're talking about, and I think I did wanna see it, and I just never have.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
So
matter of fact, while we're talking about, I'm just gonna have me a Samuel Jackson. Let me go ahead and go to the refrigerator right quick.
Yeah. So, it's so funny, and going to Sam Jackson, he's not on the list, but talking about Sam Jackson, I love the fact that they had that Nick Fury. And he was almost basically like they almost kept him and I'm not saying this to sound any kind of way, but they almost kept him as the white Nick Fury. When I was like when I actually used to read Shield not Shield, when I used to read Marvel comics, and he was head of Shield, he was the white guy, the gray on the sides of his hair, almost like Reed Richards. And he was like that dude. And by the time I went away from the comics and came back, next thing you know is the black dude is Sam Jackson. They based him off of Sam Jackson,
He
and
was
I was
famously
like,
played by
"What?"
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, yeah. The first one played by David Hasselhoff. We almost got him as our regular Nick Fury. He's done it, didn't do it well.
Yeah,
Well, okay.
if that pilot had been better, it might have, but yeah, but I
It was
think
a
once
TV
they
show or a movie. I thought it was a movie.
it was a TV movie.
Oh, TV movie.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
It
Well,
was a pilot.
I didn't finish it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it was
started
literally
watching it, and I was like, no.
yeah, it was a pilot. They were trying to do a full series based off of it, and that was the test run. And when it tanked, yeah, that was the end of that. But yes,
Oh wow. But talking about Agents of Shield though, Emily Blunt almost played Black Widow.
yeah,
I could not see Emily Blunt as Black Widow.
I
I'm
could.
sorry. I couldn't. I couldn't.
Especially after, and we're going back to Tom Cruise
Uh-huh.
after. God dang, which name? They're gonna Live, Die, Repeat.
Mhm.
Have you seen that?
No.
She is great in that, and I mean, and she's oh, so you've never actually seen her like in an action role?
I can't think of it. There's one that I saw her in, but I can't
Okay,
remember. It's not it's right offhand. It's not coming to mind.
yeah, the movie
Was
she
she
starred
in
in with Tom Cruise, yeah, with Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's straight. I mean, it's an action role, and trust me, after seeing her in that, you could see her as Black Widow.
Yeah. But I'm gonna look her up here. because I know I did see her in one action film, and I just
Mm,
don't remember which one it was. Okay, yeah, Sicario. I thought so.
okay.
Yeah, so I saw her in Sicario, and she was good in that. She was really good in that. So I can see her in an action role.
Mm,
I just I don't know. There's something about that whole secret agent and being able to blend in and kind of flip different parts of yourself into somebody else.
mm.
I can't see Emily Blunt that way because I couldn't even see her as Mary Poppins. She and maybe that's just me because I'm biased
Mm.
because I love Julie Andrews so much, but I couldn't even see her as Mary Poppins.
So
So
so so the Emily Blunt is the chick that played as uh in Sicario. She's the one that went along with with the CIA dude.
yeah,
She was the one.
yeah,
She was the one that was chosen. Okay, got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, because
She
I
she
I didn't know who she was. I didn't know her name, but when you said Sicario, I was like, okay, well, I've seen Sicario. Big
Yeah, yeah.
fan of
She was
Sicario.
the wife and she was in most like recently the most famous thing that she's been in other than Oppenheimer. She was in Oppenheimer. She was Oppenheimer's wife, but she was also in
She was in
A Quiet
Oppenheimer.
Place. Yeah, she was in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
in a quiet place. You're right.
She was in
I did.
Quiet Place, The Fall Guy. She was in The Fall Guy. I haven't seen that yet though, but she was in that one. But The Edge of Tomorrow. That's another action
Yeah.
movie that I saw her in
Oh
that
yeah, she was
I
in that. Oh yeah, yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that was
She was
another
in that
Wait a
action
minute.
too.
movie. So
Was
The
it
that's
Edge
why I
of
Edge of
said,
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. The Edge of Tomorrow was sick.
Yeah,
I
that's Live
loved
Die
it. I loved
Repeat.
that movie.
They just kept
Yeah.
changing the daggone name of the title of the movie.
"Oh, oh yeah, yeah." Then I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw Live Die Repeat. I didn't know that
yeah.
was the original name of it.
They
That's the
kept
original
changing the
name.
name because it was actually a comic book first,
Uh huh.
and then they based the movie on the comic, and they titled it after the comic, and then they kept changing the name. Then they changed the name. So it's like depending on it gets a different name depending on which version of the movie you see.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, so that's Edge of
but
Tomorrow.
Mhm.
still, so there you go, Chris. Even then, I still can't see her as Black Widow even from after that
Wow.
movie. But I can still
Okay.
see her as an action star. I can see her as a different kind of action. I can see her as one of the female Expendables that they've been talking about doing for the longest time. You
Yeah,
know,
have you seen her in what was the movie with the one with what's her name that played Batgirl with
Alicia Silverstone.
not Bat not Leave the other Anne Hathaway, because it's the
Oh,
one where she was where they were
Catwoman.
fashion designers,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Devil
she
Wears
was
Prada.
kind of
I've never seen her in that.
yeah,
I'm
she was.
not
That's
gonna watch that
probably the
movie.
reason why I can see it because she was a little bit more snarky and a little bit kind of mean in that one. It could be, but it's you know she showed some different sides in that one, so that's probably why I can see her in it as Black Widow.
I
Yeah,
know she was a beast in Edge of Tomorrow. I ain't gonna
Mm.
lie.
yeah.
She
Yeah,
was a beast.
Well, part of the reason why she didn't do it is because I think they said she was contracted for something else,
yeah.
and then the other cast and all that. So that's
Didn't
why
she?
she was.
Wasn't she pregnant around about the time too?
I think so. I think she was pregnant. So, um, but we got Scarlett Johansson, which she blew it out the park.
Yeah,
Yes,
She really did. She just did it. So,
she's a great actress.
um,
yeah.
yeah. But again, like I said, I want to see Emily Blunt in a lot more action roles because she did amazing in the
I
action,
agree.
the Sicario and in Edge of Tomorrow. She was great in that. You
Yeah,
know.
and ironically, I was about to say, at one point she was going to be, well, they wanted her and John Krasinski to play in the Fantastic Four
hmm
Mm.
at
Yes,
one
that's
point.
right. They wanted her to be
So
Miss not Mr. Fantastic, Miss Fantastic,
yeah,
the Invisible
Sue
Woman,
Richards, but
Sue Richards, yeah.
mhm.
Which
But
I
she
just
didn't
saw
want to
this
do it.
one on Sunday, and it
Mm,
was actually a really good movie. The
mm,
newest Fantastic Four, it was really good. I thought it was really done very well.
mm,
It's one of the best, if not the best. I have to say the best. I want to see it a couple more times, but I feel like if you take the powers out of it, it'll still be a good movie.
mm, yeah,
So I really enjoyed the movie. It was a good, good plot and everything too. So
mm.
yeah, if
No
you
doubt.
haven't seen it, check it out if you can. So
So I definitely
I
plan on
despise the
seeing that one.
Fantastic Four, except for Doctor Doom. Sorry.
well, one of the end credits, he's in one of the end credits. That's not a spoiler because end credits are end credits. So
I love the way you cleared that up.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, the end credits, that's really not a spoiler. Because I just said he's just in one of the end credits, you
That's a
know?
way to keep the nerds away from you, Slim. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, this next one, though, I know y'all have heard this one, and please tell me, like, what y'all think.
Mhm.
Will Smith, right? Will Smith is Neo in The Matrix. I do not,
I
that would
don't
not
see
have
it.
worked.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't,
Nope.
man.
Yeah,
No.
I just don't
I
see
don't
it.
know if I could have separated him from Will Smith.
Yeah.
And there
Yeah.
have been roles where I've seen, where I've seen him, be pretty good, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't
I
think
don't see it.
that would have been I don't know if that would have been one of them. I'd like to think he could have done it, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's I'm trying to, like, I'm trying to picture it in my head, and I can't because there's certain roles that he's done where he's so different and he is that person, I
In
haven't
this,
watched all of Ali, but he looked like he could be Ali,
Mhm.
and the other different ones. I mean, he wasn't for I keep wanting to call it the Millennium Man. Oh my gosh, why do I keep wanting to call it the original movie? What's the name of that movie, Chris?
Oh man, and I know what
Oh,
you're talking about. Because I was sitting there thinking
oh my
about
gosh,
watching the deal. I still have not watched that movie. Gemini Man. Gemini Man.
Gemini Man. No, not
But
Gemini Man. No, no,
oh,
no,
not that
no,
one?
no, no, no. The
Um,
one where he's they're about to do the reboot of it now.
oh yeah. Oh my God.
And the
Because
original was called the Millennium Man, but it was
well,
when he
keep
was
in
like,
mind they've remade it. They've remade that story about 3 times already.
what was
But
the
it's
name?
because and I'm actually flaking on the title.
I'm
Oh
about
my
to
God.
Google it. I'm about to
Because
Google it because
just recently I was like, because they started. Matter of fact, who was it? The oh my God.
yeah, I remember. I remember as soon as
Um,
that.
I am
I am
Legend.
Legend.
I
I
am
am
Legend.
Legend.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't believe I.
It
Yeah,
was
that was a good movie.
not yeah, what was the oh my God, I'm flaking on the name of the one with Charlton Heston.
Millennium
Was
Man.
was it Millennium Man?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm
'Cause
saying. That was Millennium Man, and for some reason I
mhm,
don't know why I keep wanting to call it Millennium Man because I've never even seen it. I just know that it was Charlton Heston was Millennium Man.
yeah.
So unless I'm saying that incorrectly, I could be saying it incorrectly, but I thought it was Millennium Man was the Charlton Heston one.
I'm for some reason that isn't registering in my brain, but because I think you're close, but because I remember seeing the original version and it was like because and I remember I want to say was it Rosalind Cash or somebody that starred in that with him?
Hmm.
But oh my goodness. But yeah, love that movie. But
Yeah.
I
Oh,
always hated
I
the
said
ending of
it.
that
I am
movie.
saying it wrong. I'm saying it wrong.
Uh,
The original one was called the Omega Man.
Omega Man.
The
Okay.
Omega Man.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's what it was. So
Yeah.
and another one was the novel was called The Last Man on Earth.
Mhm.
But yes, that was the Charlton Heston one that I've never seen, but for some reason that Millennium Man kept coming up in my head. So
And
but
when
I
you
was
kept
thinking
saying
of Omega
Millennium
Man.
Man, I kept thinking of the movie with Robin Williams
Gemini.
where he played the robot.
Yeah,
And that was Bicentennial Man.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was right. Yeah. But that's some old man stuff right there. Like we just going all over the place. That's
Well,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
because y'all got me totally lost. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
maybe he meant the robots. Maybe he thought about our robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
So
thought
as soon as he
that
said
too.
that, I was like, oh yeah, we're getting lost here. But no.
Mm.
The reason why he passed on it, he almost was because they wanted him. They wanted him to be it really badly.
Mm.
Why?
He passed because he couldn't understand it. He said the pitch confused him. And it's just like, see, I'm glad he didn't understand it, but I'm like,
Me too.
how did you
Me
not?
too, bro. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Because I don't. For some odd reason, man. I mean, just Keanu Reeves, man. It's just certain roles that were made for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Neo was made for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't see nobody else playing that role. Nobody.
Yes. And he did it,
Just
and
like
he did
John
it
Wick.
very well.
John Wick
Yes.
is
Mhm.
Keanu Reeves. That is
Yeah.
John Wick. There's nobody else can play. Nobody else
Yeah.
can play.
Even though Superman was almost John Wick, but anyway.
Yeah. And
Yeah, don't remind me.
yeah.
This Superman
And
they kind of went John Wick in this Superman movie, but that's another topic we talk
yeah.
about it later. So in
Yeah.
the next episode.
But and
Oh man.
also, yeah.
Don't make no damn.
Yeah, I also can't see anybody playing Ted other than Keanu Reeves either from
Yeah.
Bill and Ted's
Oh
Excellent
yeah,
Adventure.
Oh yeah,
yeah, yeah.
exactly. Because Keanu go way back.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
That's
course,
no
of
way.
course.
Keanu go way back.
Yeah, he did
Speed.
it. He did it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
The
mean, the
only
he
first
good
Speed,
there's only one
not Cruise
Speed movie.
Control. The
No,
first Speed.
there's only one Speed movie. I don't think that other one exists.
yeah, yeah. It's Keanu. Keanu. He picked his movie roles very well
Yeah.
because everything that he was in, even in Parenthood. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, he
Mm.
was great in Parenthood.
He was so good in that one, and he has that one line in there talking about that you have to get a license to drive a car. You got to get licensed for this and that. And, he was talking so many things. He said, but they let any idiot, well, he said some other words, but he said they let any idiot be a parent. I'm like, wow, that really hit hard when you think about it. That is crazy.
It really hits hard.
Yeah, for real, for real. So,
But
but
Yeah.
man,
not going away from Will Smith. I'm sorry, I got to miss his worst movie.
no, I was about to bring it back too. What?
After Earth. After Earth. I just
After
have
what?
to.
After Earth.
After
After
Earth.
Earth. Sorry, I got to miss his worst movie. Sorry. Got to do it like that.
well, well,
It's not
well,
that bad if you skip to the ending.
well. I
The
was gonna
fact that you
say.
got to skip to the ending.
Yeah, you just knew it. Yeah, exactly. We're not gonna talk about that. So but he, instead of doing the Matrix, he chose Wild Wild West.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
The movie with a giant spider in it.
Oh my
Which
god.
which the story behind. Apparently there was some coke involved with the idea that spider in the first place. So
Yeah, because they wanted to put that spider in Superman movie.
And then they
So
put Salma Hayek in there just for her, for her,
yeah,
'cause
of
it's Salma
course.
Hayek.
I don't
Right.
object to that.
Well,
No, I don't
but
either. I'm just saying.
oh
I mean,
yeah,
they
right.
had to start the movie somehow. They had,
Some
they,
some
they had to bring
Yeah.
people in somehow.
I hated that though, the fact that that in that movie they made her use like her body and all that just to get
Yeah,
them to do
just
what she wanted, and the whole time like she was just trying to get her husband. So I hated
yeah,
that part I didn't like though.
yeah, and
But
it's yeah.
but talking about the giant spider, like I was about to say, one of the next person I have to talk about is Nick Cage. And the reason why I was saying that is because he was actually supposed to be Superman in the movie called Superman Lives.
Would still like to see that movie.
Yeah. I,
You talking about
okay,
Nicolas
so
Cage?
Yeah,
yeah. Like Ghost Rider Nick Cage.
Yeah,
yeah.
He was
Nicolas.
yeah.
And the thing that doomed it was the
Mhm.
test footage. They showed some test footage of him, like he had his hair long for another
Mhm.
role, and he was just doing some test footage in where they were trying to map out the suit. And when the pictures hit the internet, people lost their minds, and that project went away.
Yeah, that suit
I
looked
don't, I
bad.
don't, I
Yeah,
don't see him being no Superman anyway. And
Yeah.
yeah.
my
It
thing
was
is,
going to be a
I
Tim Burton
remember.
movie,
Yeah,
and I just because I knew it was going to be great and weird, I really wanted to see it.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Although
Nicolas
he
Cage
does
is.
do, they did do the CGI version of it in that one cameo scene from The Flash. So
Correct. Yes. So
Well,
he they actually they did that. It was actually really cool.
yeah,
But the
he didn't even know they had used him like that. He was a little bit upset about that.
I would be too.
Yeah,
I mean, what I'm saying? They just use my pictures and they don't say anything. They don't tell you anything because there was somebody else. Grant Gustin, I think he said he didn't know he was in it.
Mhm.
So there was a whole bunch of people that said that. So that was
well,
it was pretty crazy. But
I just don't see Nicolas Cage as Superman. I mean, you know who he is to me?
which one?
He'll
Who?
always
Because
he's
he's
been a
got a
lot of
couple of
guys.
roles.
He's
He's been a lot of
but
guys.
you know who he is to me? Castor Troy.
Which
Ah,
one
yeah.
is that? From what movie is
From
that?
Face Off.
from
Face
Face
Off.
Off.
Slim.
Off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh.
Face
Yeah,
Off.
okay. Yes. Yeah. He was that dude. I could eat a peach for hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Castor Troy, man.
Look.
He
So
will always be the
check your
character he
phones right
played
now.
in,
I just sent you the picture, Black. I just sent you the picture. Check your
Okay,
phone
let me
because
go get it.
this
Yeah.
is a picture of him as Superman. So
Yeah.
that was and that was so hilarious. It was hilarious because of how everyone just basically lost their minds.
Yeah.
That was the funniest part is them losing their minds of how he was in that suit. He had his hair long. There was another picture where he had his hair back, or it was either pulled back or it was cut off. I think it was pulled back though.
I
In
just
one
really
of the,
wanted to see Tim Burton do it, though. I'm like, I had faith in it just because it was a Tim Burton project.
with a giant spider.
Even Tim Burton's worst movies, I still find entertaining on
With a
some
giant
level.
spider.
Yeah,
I keep saying it, with a giant spider. Giant spider. Giant robotic spider.
Man, I'm looking at this picture, man, and
What, you don't think that looks like the ideal
like,
version of Superman?
he looks like white Jesus in the Superman costume.
Well, technically, that's what he is.
Yo, that's
I'm just
wild.
saying,
That's wild.
after you save yourself, giving yourself to God.
Superman saves. Anyway. So, okay. All right.
Lord.
So the reason why he wasn't Superman, it really happened. It really almost happened. But the studio, like Chris said, got cold feet because everyone raged out and they was like, yeah, no. But again, Chris, I do love Tim Burton movies. I love a lot of his shows. I can't wait to watch Wednesday this week. I'm gonna probably start watching it tomorrow, but I don't know because I'm probably gonna game a little bit with Pug. So we'll see. But I don't know if he would have did this one right because of how dark it was with Batman and the way he did Batman. I think he would, and a lot of his other shows, I can't see Tim Burton doing something.
Well, keep in mind
bright
it was
and
supposed to be
light.
based. It was supposed to be based around. Have you seen like the where they've done the outlines of the plot? Because it was actually supposed to be
The Death of Superman.
yeah, Death of Superman.
Yeah, no,
Return.
I still though I haven't seen like the whole plot. I'll probably check that out real quick. But
They actually have like I forget the YouTube channel. If I'll look it up and send it to you if I can find it. But matter of fact, I know I got it because I have it saved in my browser somewhere. But basically, dude does a breakdown of the original script and how the story was supposed to go. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it was gonna be kind of weird. Like there was a version that a guy was about to do of Dune back in the 70s, and it was gonna be it was pretty much practically gonna be nothing like Dune, but it was just gonna be a crazy project.
yeah,
And I kind of got the same vibe from. Matter of fact, there's a documentary about it that is called Jodorowsky's Dune that is hilarious. Just how far away from the books it was going to go, and some of the plot examples. And I think the same part of me that was curious to see that movie made was curious to see what Tim Burton would have done with Superman.
yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think I could. So
It was-
I don't
it
think I'll.
It was going to be weird, but it was going to be probably entertainingly weird.
Yeah,
Nobody could do light and dark like Christopher Nolan, man. I mean, he made Man of Steel, but he made the Batman trilogy too. So
Well,
it's like,
actually, Nolan produced Man of Steel, but it was actually made by Zack Snyder or directed by Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
really?
was
Oh, okay.
Snyder, yeah. But still, like Nolan, we don't need to get into me on that Batman on the on the Nolan Batman. Again, very good movies, very good trilogy, but I don't want to get into that Nolan trilogy right now.
I know you don't like the Nolan Batman, but
No. So no. It's not I don't like him. It's not that I don't like him, but again, I think he got overhyped. I think a lot of people got overhyped. So there was a lot more to it than that. But he was he was a really good Batman for what we got. He was a really good Batman.
Batman, okay, I get how you feel about that, but you know, you got to give it up to the villains though, because Bane,
Yeah.
was no
Oh,
joke.
those villains was dope. The movies were dope.
Well, Nolan was going.
The vehicles were dope.
And
The
Nolan was
vehicles
going
were
for a
dope.
more was absolutely going for a more realistic take because he wasn't a comic book guy. So
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and when you think about it though, he's the only Batman that actually is going to get a happy ending.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty
True.
much. He's right.
No
He's right.
No
And
other
it did-
Batman
and
is going to
it-
give up that fight.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
honestly, like, and that's what he that was a choice, and he made it because honestly, Batman is destined to die as Batman.
Yeah.
He's either gonna die as Batman or he's gonna get old and do it until he can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's Yeah, it's more of that. We're gonna
Yeah.
again, see, I don't wanna get triggered. So,
Right,
we're
right, right.
gonna
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're
I
running
was trying to get you to level up, but yeah, you ain't
Spiraling
this
into
fall
ain't
for it.
Batman.
yeah. So go back and check out my my explanation in the bonus episode. So
Yeah.
Batman and me. All right. So I'm gonna roll through two more and then I'm gonna finish off our last one. The reason why I'm gonna roll through these because I didn't hear about these and I couldn't picture these people. Well, one of them I had to actually look up who he was. Dougray Scott as Wolverine.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember
Because
that one.
because when
And
he was when the movie was originally when it was originally announced, he was the name that was originally announced. Matter of fact, even in the like in the comic book collector guides and stuff that I used to get back in the day, he was
mhm.
the first person that was named for that role. So when they started saying that Hugh Jackman was going to be it, yeah. Matter of fact, he didn't get it because because of his commitment to
Mission
from the
Impossible
Mission
2.
Impossible movies. Yeah.
Right, right. So I had to actually look him up who he was, but
Mhm.
I can't see him in that role. It's
I
possible,
could have. Yeah,
but I can't see him in that role.
he played a
Uh,
bad guy in something that was really good, and I was like, yeah, I could see it.
Well,
But it wasn't
yeah,
in
I
the Mission
just I
Impossible
just looked
movie.
it up and I can't remember which one it was that he played the bad guy in.
Mhm,
But I just looked it up and I have to look again.
mhm.
But can you picture? I can't picture this. Black. You said you're not a Star Wars guy, right? So you don't know besides like just you're a Darth Vader guy, not a Star Wars
mhm.
guy. So um outside of Star Wars itself, uh you haven't seen too much else. Like which ones have you seen?
Only ones,
I'm
as far as the movies,
well, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
you talk about just shows, movies, a little bit of everything.
Just the movies, the
Now I've
original
seen
trilogy.
I've seen the original trilogy, and I've seen
Okay,
the new trilogy. You
okay.
know,
The reason why I'm asking this is because you've seen enough to kind of get the kind of character Han Solo was, correct?
yeah, yeah. Han Solo was yeah,
All right,
he's
all right.
rogue. He's a
So
rogue. He's a space rogue.
can you see Al Pacino in that role?
As Han Solo, no,
Correct. Yeah,
no,
I'll do you one better.
no.
That
he was in it. Go ahead. What did you say, Chris?
yeah,
He's
there was
been
I mean,
considered
out
as
of the
Han
people
Solo.
mhm,
He was.
yeah, out of the
No,
people
not
that
not
were
him, bro.
yeah, have you ever seen the movie Cooley High?
Yeah, seen Cooley High.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
the believe it or not, at first, Glenn Turman was actually up for the role of Han Solo at one point.
Which one's
Matter of
Glenn
fact,
Turman?
Glenn Turman was Preach, not Cochise was Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, who played Freddie Boom Boom Washington from Welcome Back, Kotter.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm.
Glenn Turman was matter of fact, Glenn Turman was recently in Paradise. He had a small role in Paradise recently, and he was the colonel from from about a
Different
different
world.
world.
Different world. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
He was up for the role of Han Solo at one. I mean, yeah, when George Lucas was
Wow.
first casting him. Plus, there was a Japanese actor, Toshiro Mifune, was
Mm-hmm.
George Lucas's original ideal for Darth Vader, which also explains like the cap because he wanted him because Toshiro Mifune was known for playing in mainly Akira Kurosawa movies where he played like samurai and things or wandering and he was going with a Japanese samurai theme, which is why you got the helmet that you got for Vader. But yeah, Toshiro Mifune was Lucas's original actor for Vader. His the person he wanted to cast first.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What what what
Yeah.
what what just can I say that somebody that wasn't considered for a role would have made perfect Wolverine? I'm saying young Jack
Who that?
Nicholson.
Younger
Yeah,
Jack, I
I
could
can see
see.
it.
Younger
I can
Jack
see it.
Nicholson.
Yeah.
I can see younger Jack. I can
Matter of
see
fact,
younger Jack.
somebody else who they were talking about possibly playing him back in the day was singer Glenn Danzig. People were trying. There was actually a push at one point to try to get Glenn Danzig to play Wolverine.
Okay, I'm looking this one up here. Glenn Danzig. Um. I can't see it. I can't see it. I would have to actually see him in action.
I was
I'm
about to
looking
say,
at the
are
young
you looking at
pictures and
him
stuff.
now, or are you looking at him
I'm
back
looking at
then?
young pictures. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
looking at young pictures,
yeah.
and I can't see it still yet. Just but
Mm,
I have to actually see him in action as a younger person.
mm.
So, um, but going back to Al Pacino, the only reason why he turned it down because they wanted him. The only reason why he turned that down is he didn't understand the script. That's the only reason why. Otherwise, if he understood it, we might have had a Al Pacino Han Solo.
Man, if we had an Al Pacino Han Solo, don't you know that guys would be he would have went gangster. There ain't no way, bro.
It would have been so different. It would have been so different. I can't see him with Leia. I
Oh no,
can't see him.
not with Leia.
Yeah, I can't see him. I can't see him in that role. I cannot.
I was about to say, could you see Leia with Paul Simon from Simon and Garfunkel? Because she was
Yeah.
she was with
Yeah.
him at one point, among others.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely not.
He would
All
have went
right.
off.
Well, I want to do the final one and one of I think the best one for me because if this had happened, this had already started filming now. This person was already in the role and it started filming and this person was replaced after a couple of weeks because like again, he just his attitude and everything. This is very historic. Chris is laughing because he knows exactly where I'm going. Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly in Back to the Future. They
Who's Eric?
they have test footage and they show footage of pre-shot stuff because he was there for 4 to 5 weeks.
He's
And
actually still in one scene in the movie.
oh really?
Yep. There's a
Who's Eric
scene where
Stoltz?
he's actually, it's from a distance, so you can't tell it's him, but yeah, he's still in one scene in the movie.
Let me look
Let
up
me
what some of the
let me
stuff
look it
he's
up.
in.
Mhm.
Yeah, Eric Stoltz. He was.
He
I
was in
know he
Pulp
was in.
Fiction. He was the red-headed dude in Pulp Fiction. He was matter of fact, he
You said
played
the redhead dude in Pulp Fiction. You talking
yeah,
about
the one when Uma Thurman had the overdose.
yeah? So he was
Yeah.
oh, that's him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was
He
in
was supposed to play as Marty McFly.
yeah,
Yes.
he was in the role at first.
Yeah, he was
They were
in the
filming
role.
and everything.
You
Yeah,
gotta be
Fast
kidding me,
Times
Yeah.
at
bro.
Richmond High.
Yeah.
Trying to
He
think
was
of
the
some other
father in
ones.
Yeah. He's
Caprica.
the redhead dude because he's the one that was rolling with Sean Penn.
Yep.
Because Sean Penn was the goofy surfer dude in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Mhm.
He
Yeah,
played
He
in
was
Mask. He had
yeah,
that like
Mask.
he
Yeah,
played Rocky with
Rocky.
that big head and all that
Mhm.
and the disfigurement.
Mhm.
He played
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but
And The Fly too.
yep, he was
He
in The
was the
Fly
lead in The
too.
Fly too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do remember in that.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. He was
Okay, I
in
know
Jerry
who
He
you're
was a
talking
good
Maguire.
actor, but
Wow.
man, they said he
Anaconda.
had different ideas of where he wanted to play Back to the Future as a tragedy.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
And that's the thing. He
Seriously.
was conflicting. He was conflicting and just causing so many issues, so they just
Yeah.
replaced him. The
And
tone
they
didn't
cleaned
fit.
that story up for years before they finally
Yeah.
started telling the truth about what happened.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
And
Michael
mhm.
J. Fox.
Oh
He
yeah.
is Marty McFly to me.
Yeah,
I don't
Michael
see
J.
him
Yeah.
as
Fox
anybody
was
else.
awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Netflix, I don't know if it's still on Netflix because I watched this at least 4 to 5 years ago. Yeah, I watched it when I was back in my old house, but Netflix had this series called The Movies That Made Us. And
Mhm.
they actually had this on one of the episodes talking about that,
Mhm.
and they actually showed some of the. You can actually see some of the footage of him in 2 different scenes side by side with Michael J. Fox, and Michael J. Fox plays just so much better.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Michael J. Fox, that movie would have been completely like it probably might not even made money the way it did. It probably wouldn't have been
I
a
agree.
cult classic the way it did.
Yeah.
Michael
Right.
J. Fox he brought that Marty McFly innocence.
Mhm.
And he did it perfect. It was key. It was very perfect. So, yeah, definitely that was a save right there. So I'm glad that he didn't do it. so, um, so are there any of them out of this list of people that I just named? Are there any ones that you think would have worked? We got of course the Wolverines, the Han Solo, Nick Cage as Superman, Will Smith. So far I think the only one that we actually said probably was Black Panther, and Chris is really the only one that said it. But I think the only one that was agreed that could have worked was
Yeah.
Black
Wesley Snipes.
Panther.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. He get, but
yeah.
go ahead, senior. Go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say that because it's Wesley Snipes. He's just he's just that actor. He can
Yeah.
kind of make anything work for him, man. You know what I'm saying? He's just a good actor.
Yeah, and I was about. As a matter of fact, all I was gonna say was along the same lines because I was like, yeah, I think even if the movie had been bad, I think he would have killed the role of
Mhm.
Black Panther.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, and I mean, he's such a good actor. So I,
Mhm,
I agree that he could have actually done the role, but I just think the movie would have been bad, like you said. It's
mhm.
possibly that it would have been really bad. So yeah,
Well, can I mention that? Wesley Snipes, other than Blade, uh, he's kind of tied. There's another role that he played that I really really liked, and can I mention it? I'm gonna say it.
go ahead, go ahead.
Simon Phoenix.
You know what? I should have known you were gonna say that. But you know
I,
what?
I thought you
Did
were gonna call it out.
you know what
You gonna
though?
call
Do
it
you know
out?
what though? Do you know what though? I'm not mad. I'm not mad because honestly, who else would have been Simon Phoenix?
No, nobody, bro.
Yeah,
Nobody would have
Nobody.
been Simon Phoenix,
yeah.
man.
Oh, he
Nobody.
made it. Let's face it, he was the star of that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to
It was
forget
supposed to
And
Sylvester
be
there you go.
Stallone.
it was
Stallone
supposed
got
to be Stallone
Stallone got
movie.
top
No.
billing,
Yeah.
but Snipes was the star of that movie.
Snipes
Yeah.
was the star of that movie.
Yeah,
Exactly.
From the
yeah,
time he
Exactly.
was like, where the hostages in the beginning of the movie, like,
yeah.
where the hostages? The hostages? Where Nick? Hostages? No, he's like, F
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. That dude was crazy. It was crazy. Yo, he's like, "Oh, what does this do?" Oh my gosh. Oh, yo. Now you're gonna make me go watch that Demolition Man again. I'm gonna have to go
Bro,
watch that now.
it's on Tubi, man.
Mhm.
I've watched it like twice
I'm
just to
I'm
laugh.
I'm gonna probably watch it tonight. Thanks, I appreciate it. I was supposed to be working on my Lego
Yeah.
Batmobile, but no, guess I'll be watching that. So, anyway, well, if you enjoyed the show today, everybody, look, go ahead and email us. Let us know what you think about some of the names, the artists that we named. Tell us some of the other ones that you heard of. There's been plenty of actors and actresses who were supposed to play roles and they didn't get the role. I recently found out Tyler Hoechlin almost played Emmett on Twilight. That's wild. But instead he ended up playing Superman and Superman and Lois and did excellent. Well, that wasn't he it was something else. He was supposed to play Emmett, but he ended up talking about it on Inside of You podcast and he was just like, "Yeah, I was up for it. I was supposed to go and I had a baseball tournament." Cuz he was actually trying to be a pro baseball player.
Oh wow.
And he actually said he was like if he could do anything, he would be a baseball player right now instead of an actor. So, that's crazy. But anyway, if you have any actors and actresses you have in mind, let us know. Hit us up. You can actually follow us on Instagram at Told My Wife Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook. I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. You can subscribe to our YouTube page at I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills Podcast. You can email us at toldmywifepodcast@gmail.com. You can actually find me on TikTok at Slim Taurus 78. If you follow me, you can also follow our podcast's TikTok. I'm going to start posting more content on the podcast TikTok. So please follow us there because I'm going to start having some more interviews and things like that. I'm going to have little shorts. When we start doing video, I'm going to have short clips of us doing video, which video is coming, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you. I know I've said this a lot. I promise you, it is coming. There's a lot of mechanics in it. And as y'all can see, if y'all saw any of the live stream, we're working out the kinks and getting it because I want to bring y'all premium content. So we're getting all that fixed out. But follow our TikTok. It's at Told My Wife Podcast. That's our TikTok. So go ahead and follow us there. Hit us up. Let us know what you think about the episodes. Tell us anyone like you think that could have been better in a role or was in a role and you thought they were horrible in. So, just hit us up. Fellas, you got anything? Chris, you got something to
Yes.
say? What's up?
Christopher Walken was up for one of those roles too in Star Wars. He was either up for Han or he was up for Luke.
Yeah, no.
Seriously.
See, you know what? You shouldn't
see
even
him.
brought that up. You should not have brought that up. You know
No, man,
what?
he would have
You
made
know what?
a
Go stand
perfect
in the corner. Go stand in the corner for that.
he would have been the Sith dude. He made a perfect Sith dude. What
Ooh,
was it?
Darth Maul?
Palpatine. He'll been
Oh,
Palpatine. He'd been great
okay.
Palpatine.
Yeah, so possibly Palpatine. I could possibly see him as Palpatine because he can do scary really well.
He was young once
He
though.
can.
He was too.
I don't care.
Well, I was
Even when
about
he
to
was
say
young,
Ian
no.
McDermott. Ian McDermott was young when he did. Yeah, he was a lot. Yeah, he was young when he did Palpatine though too. So hey,
Yeah,
they're
no.
probably about the same age.
Yeah, no. It's all
But
good.
anyway,
Might be
I only
on
got
something
one.
there.
Yeah.
I only got
Black,
one
what you
thing to
got?
say.
What
I
you
only
got,
got one
Black?
thing. I only got one thing to say. Yes. Yeah, give us your favorite actors and actresses. But as far as actresses, do not mention Rose from Titanic, please. Thank you.
Kate Winslet is dope though. The
Yeah,
actress who
She is.
plays her is dope.
I'm sorry,
But
but I
yeah,
hated that role. Yeah.
yeah, Rose.
How
Yeah,
dare you let Jack die? Sorry.
that's all right. I'm about to now. You know what? I almost said something jacked up. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I'm trying to,
So
ladies and
I
gentlemen,
was saying.
I'm trying to get Slim to level up, and he hasn't fallen for any of my.
I'm
I
not
thought
gonna
Rose
say
was
it.
gonna get him, but it
Nice
didn't
try.
work.
Nice try. Well, all right. Either way, that's all we got for today, y'all. So come on back. Hopefully, like I said, the next one should be our Superman podcast. And within the next couple of weeks, you're gonna see a couple of our podcasts. We're gonna start going video. So I can't wait for that. It's cool. I'm finishing up the testing soon. Also be on the lookout for solo episodes. Me and the fellas are going to do like a couple solo episodes here or there. Those are going to be bonus content. If it does go on our podcast page, you'll see that as bonus. If it doesn't go on our podcast page, it'll just go to our YouTube as bonus content. Some of them will be live streamed, some of them will be pre-recorded. So just be on the lookout for more content from us. We got some more stuff coming. I got some interviews. I'm going to go to another con coming up on the 23rd. If anyone's available, guys, any of y'all two available on the 23rd of August, Norfolk has Atlantic Comic Con, Atlantic Con.
Oh yeah, I'm
It's
going.
dope. Yeah,
I'm
that's
going.
it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So, all right, but until the next one, I'm Slim,
And I'm Black.
and I'm Chris.
and we wanted to say whether you're binging or button mashing, we'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks a lot, everybody.